Hey there, welcome to day 343 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. Can tell I haven't been talking yet today. Need a little more coffee. So rude. If I edited, I would edit that out. Okay, today we're talking about and going over probably our final Lifeline exercise for the year. I personally will go over it one more time. Usually the last day of the year, I spent some time reflecting and going over my lifeline, my timeline, what happened this year, the good, the bad, the ugly, lessons learned, all of that. And I summarize it for myself so that I don't have to go back and do what I'm doing this month, going through all my past notes and things for the year. So lifeline exercise, of course, we've got my lifeline. I've been using this cardboard as my example since 2020. It's pretty funny. I actually got sidetracked this morning looking at it and with my magnifying glass and some of the stuff on it and some of the stuff that isn't on it that I thought fascinating that I didn't put that on my lifeline. I wonder why. And that's a part of the reflection of the lifeline exercise. We put the year we're born. Yep, I was born in 1960. And then we put all the way up to this year. And then I like to add a new year every year since 2020, since I've been using this as my stand-up graphic. But it's all about, we're born and this is what we aspire to be and become. We aspire, and it's different for each of us, but it's important to each of us. It's actually the most important thing is how you want to show up in your life and what kind of life you want to create for yourself. Part of that is we live our life in the present moment, but we only understand our life as we reflect back on it and have goals and objectives to move us forward. It's really interesting being a human being with cognitive capabilities, right? So today, what are we going to do? We're going to look at our lifeline, and we're actually going to reflect and review, kind of like we did yesterday. I've got my sheet all set up. We're going to look at, we did the lifeline exercise every month this year, right? We did it in the beginning. We did it every month as we dove deeply into an area or aspect of the life framework. So for example, in February, we dug into all topics, emotional health, right? Emotional health and well-being. And then each month between February and October, we did another one of the 9-part life frameworks: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, confidence, and communication. And what I am asking us to do today, and I'm going to do as well, which is why I set my sheet up that way, is we want to look at our lifeline, which is just a timeline of our individual life, right? It's like those things you learn in history class, or ways of looking at when things happen in time, or again, we're looking back at the past when they happened. And then we think about, well, what was the emotional, physical, spiritual impact of that event? There's events that happen in our life that drastically change us. I had a sudden cardiac arrest in 2010 that absolutely positively massively changed my focus and my priorities in life. And we all get those every once in a while. We get a big epiphany event that happens, and it's up to us to decide and choose what that meant and why that happened for us. Nobody else is going to understand it, and what it means to us going forward, right? Because we only live in the present moment. So today, think about your lifeline and just look back at each of the different months and say, okay, what's one aha or one thing I learned about my emotional health, my spiritual, my relationships, my contribution, etc. And just jot that down in your book. I'm hoping you have a book for this year's challenge. I know I do. It comes in so handy to go back and look at something. It's like, okay, we're talking about core values again. What were my core values? Boop, 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 boop. And then what are my top 3? It's easy to look at and say, oh yeah, I'm still in alignment with that. These are my top 3. With this, just one thing, and you don't have to share them, just do it for yourself. Give yourself the gift of understanding yourself better. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to look at it. Like I said, I got sidetracked on this version of my lifeline already today, so it'll be a fun exercise. If I can help you, we've got Larry's story and guide 2 of Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group page of how he did this and the lessons he learned in each of the areas, and the power of the lifeline in his life and the power it can have in your life to, again, focus on the present moment, learn from the past, and create the future that we want. All right. Have an awesome day. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.